Welcome, my Capricorn Collective, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus signs. Welcome to your 7-card draw. What do I need? Shadow read for this void, of course, full moon to the new moon in Virgo in September 2021. I'm your reader, Angelo, Lyons, Mal for short. Professional witch, professional intuitive, president of DrawingTheCircle Productions since 1998, author of Words of Grace from a Professional Witch, now on Kindle. Link in the description box if you would like to check it out. The Archangel of Lyons, Angelo Lyons. But you can call me Mal. Hey, my caps, my goats, my sea goats. I hope you are all well. Happy to be getting these reads done ahead of time before the full moon. We'll talk about that in a minute. But if you are new to the channel, the reading I'm about to do for you here is called a 7-card draw. It just means one card from 7 different decks to get you clues, tips, and hints about a specific timeline, hence not a timeless read. We are looking at a waning moon read, a 14-day, 2-week, half a moon cycle reading here. The full moon on Sunday, August 22nd, 8:02 a.m. Eastern Time, but it goes void, of course, at the same time it goes new. So magical practitioners and astrologers know what I'm talking about. I mean, don't just check out void, of course, in terms of astrology. Only the moon goes void, of course, but it is a symbol of magic. So, you know, you might want to, if you're going to work your full moon stuff, catch that the Saturday night before when it will still be full in Aquarius. It will go void, of course, as I said, 8:02 a.m. and then go into Pisces 8:43 a.m. So you can still do that full moon stuff on the waning side of it in Pisces, should you catch it. Then, like I said, we're doing a waning moon, right? Boop, 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 right? Shrinking, letting go, releasing, forgiving, alchemizing, shadow work, hence 7-card shadow read, going to a rather magnificent new moon on Monday. Somebody wake up Simon Le Bon, a new moon on Monday, September 6th, at 9:52 p.m. It is Labor Day here in the United States and my birthday. Yay! Yeah, birthday on a new moon. Unfortunately, it's at 8:52 p.m., which means we're doing dark moon weekend Labor Day here. Great. But you know me, I will nail the dismount at 9:52 p.m. When the lady's moon is new, kiss the hand to her ×2, right? The good time to plant a seed, and I'll get the new to full moon reads out way before that. So that being the timeline we're looking at, we're going to take 7 of the cards on the table here, each deck consecrated to a different pantheon of the divine, to which I'm intimately contracted and interwoven with. We're doing 2 tarot decks, 2 healing systems, 3 oracles. All of the decks that I read are always in the bottom of the description box. This is a general read. Take what resonates, leave what does not, and check your other signs to get more information about the scenario we are about to look at that you need to be aware of. Let go, release, forgive, heal, blah, blah. Or maybe another one completely different, yet usually interconnected for a waning moon. Yeah. I guess that's about it. Both feet on the floor if you can. Focus on your breath if you will. I will do the same to get you the clarity, guidance, and grace that I can. And if you'd like to book me for a personal read, there's a video in the description box called Booking a Reading with Mal, explaining not just how to, but what goes on in a reading with me, particularly afterwards, when I ask the client to just get back in touch with me to let me know how they're doing 48 hours after the reading, in case they have any, like, what exactly was that about? And I'll tune back in, but they ain't getting a whole free reading. Another one, just because of that, unless the gods really want me to. Cool. I guess that's about it. Both feet on the floor if you can. Focus on your breath if you will. Please take a nice deep breath. I'm hoping that intro gets shorter and shorter each time without, like, spitting the words out as quickly as I can. So, we call upon the collective pantheons of angels, archangels, goddesses, gods, ascended masters, the higher selves of all involved, the animal spirits and the totems, as well as the pantheon of all pantheons. Please, one card from the Caroline Mace archetype deck. What is the dominant archetype in play in the 8th chakra for the Capricorn Collective, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus signs watching this video, receiving this reading that they need to alchemize from lead to gold, pain to peace, toxic to healthy, whether it's theirs for a reason, a season, or a lifetime, even if it's somebody else with the archetype dominant, if it's in their 8th chakra, then there's a lesson there for them to deal with. So what is it? This void of course full moon to new in Virgo. One of my favorite archetypes I have. You can have an archetype, a reason, a season, or a lifetime. I got this puppy, Kronos, lifetime since birth. The hero, heroine. They put both genders, Heroine. But I think at this point the term hero is gender neutral. Probably wasn't when this deck was created. Look how quickly language shifts. Now there is shadow and light. So you could say the shadow side of the hero is the villain, and you wouldn't be far off. The shadow attribute, escapism and a false sense of heroism. Like, how many villains think they're the hero? Perspective, location, right? So we're all on a hero's journey, but this is the action family of archetypes, so there's definitely a thing about taking action here in a heroic way. The light attribute, and I love this, passion for a journey of personal empowerment. That's what it's about. The hero's journey is about personal empowerment. I know, we've really confused the rescuer and the avenger archetypes with the hero, right? The classic mythological hero or heroine, let's keep it gender neutral here, on my channel at least. Certainly there is a hero's journey that you go through. All of our best movies, myths, and stories are based on the hero's journey. Joseph Campbell, if you want to go into that, there are like the different stages of it. It's a cycle, blah, blah, blah. But I would say that if this is yours, if you look, there's a hero and a heroine climbing up a mountain, reaching to the same peak, that this is about your personal empowerment. And one of the ways that we can really refine our personal empowerment through action family archetype, is by doing shadow work, by dealing with the fears, the shadows, the lies, illusions, deceptions, and delusions that bind us in chains of smoke, meaning that they look incredibly real, but they're not. Interesting. Let's keep going. Next 4 chakras down. My ear just rang. Ooh, really short but clear. All right. Next 4 chakras down. Crown, third eye, throat, and heart. Let's see what's going on inside of you that you need to be aware of. And keep in mind, these 4 chakras is usually where the shadow work goes down. Please take a nice deep breath. Right, even if somebody on the outside is triggering it, it's all about the inside. This is the stuff that only you can do, which is why I love doing these readings. Please breathe. As I call upon my beloved goddesses of Earth and the sign of Capricorn, the Saturnian-born, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus signs, my beloved goddesses, what's going on inside of the Capricorn watching this video, receiving this reading that they need to be aware of, to alchemize that into the hero, to claim their personal empowerment through the hero's journey. And that could be a lifelong, a reason, a season, or a lifetime, right? A journey of personal empowerment. Even Heracles, yes, we think of him as a great hero, and all the depictions of him even being a superhero in different comic universes. He wanted his divinity back. That's the 12 labors, right? He was doing it, journey for personal power. Really wasn't such a nice guy. And all heroes play villain every now and again, particularly through other people's eyes. So what do they need to be aware of to help them with this alchemy? This full moon in Leo, there we go, waxing to, not full moon in Leo, full moon void of course, and when I said Leo, waxing to, waning to new in Virgo. You got the moon, and I think that's the vibe I was feeling here. That's sort of like, what? Is it that? Is it Leo? Is it didn't even see the card. It was coming out weird. The empathy for fun and profit. I love being a Pisces moon. Look, this is really saying that there is an uncertainty within you about what to do, particularly on the hero's journey. I mean, it's not much of a hero's journey if you know how it's going to end. Oh, Luke, by the way, guess who your dad is? You know what that's about, and if you don't, where you've been. It's on the movie theaters in 1970-something. Yemaya, one of the Orishas. I love this card because the message that always comes to me through this, yes, it is deeply intuitive. I'm going to say this is more heart, if we're talking heart, throat, third eye, crown, element of water here, how the moon pulls the tides, that yes, you are going through a passage where you can't see the path, right, like on a cloudy night. But if you go to a large body of water on full moon and stand at the shore, beach, lake, whatever, you will see that no matter where you walk along the shore, that the path is always right at your feet. And it always is. It's just you got to feel your way through it. You can't think your way through all this stuff and not on the hero's journey. Particularly if there are fears in the way, right? Occluded. I love that word, how the clouds occlude the full moon on an overcast night, or the sun, you know, on an overcast day. So to feel your way through this is totally part of the hero's journey, because, darlings, in terms of your own creative intuition, heart, throat, third eye, crown, there are 3 levels of intuition. Go watch the work, career, vocation reads. I'll get back to those. I want to get these out done before full moon. That it takes time, right? It takes time for the clouds to part. Clarity will come, but you got to feel your way through it. I don't get that your third eye is going to be too much help on that one, right? Because can't see. The lens is a little foggy. The lens of the third eye. All right. So let's see what's going on in the root sacrum solar plexus, completing the 8 chakra, spectrum from the 8th chakra all the way down into physical manifestation in the root chakra. This would be the yang energy, right? That was all yin. This is outside yourself, either you stepping out horizontally looking back at yourself, or you from the inside looking out at something physical. And keep in mind, it can be both. Symbolically, only you will know that. Please take a nice deep breath. Yeah, I need to ground a little bit, because that, oh my God, and if you're an empath on top of it, you're feeling other people's confusions about their path and how to empower themselves. What's going on the planet right now? Oh, in like every way possible. So we need our heroes to step up, right? We need our heroes to empower themselves, because as one of us empowers ourselves individually, we all get empowered. So please, I call upon my gods of earth in the sign of Capricorn. The slow and steady wins the race. Cardinal earth, right? The mountain that the hero is climbing here. What's going on that they need to be aware of, this Capricorn collective? Sun, moon, rising, Venus. I'm watching this video, receiving this reading. Alchemizing the hero in the 8th, heart, third eye, crown. The moon, Yamaya, feels confusing yet highly emotional and intuitive, in the sense of I feel this, but I can't see what it means. I feel it, but I can't get what it means totally just yet. So what's going on? Lower 3 chakra dynamic, their yang dynamic. This full void, of course, to new in Virgo. Sure enough, the Hanged Man. You got a double whammy. There are only 2 tarot decks in this spread, therefore only 2 tarot cards, and they are both major arcana. Chill out, hang out, see it differently. The Hanged Man is always about a sacrifice, usually a sacrifice of how something is seen, hence turning yourself voluntarily upside down to see it differently. Now, there's a specific reference that's coming to mind, going back to Heracles, which is the original name of Hercules, the Greek, that his 12 labors were achieved by kneeling and bowing, essentially surrender. A couple of times it was accidental, but nonetheless, the symbolism was there. Sort of going with the flow with those Aegean stables, if you know the story. Aegean, not Aegean, I know, it's tricky, it's all Greek to me. So, what can you from the outside, I would think this is you from the outside looking in. You're going through a phase, a time right now, because you have no idea what's going on inside, but you can feel it. Something's going on, and on the outside, surrender, Dorothy. All right. All right, I accept that I do not know everything about this, and I might be looking at this wrong. The chains of smoke that maybe I just picked up from my parents or society growing up that have nothing to do with the intrinsic truth of who I am. I must empower myself, right? I have to break those chains. Don't crack up, bend your brain, see both sides, throw off your mental chains. Woo, woo, woo. Ascended Master Howard Jones. So, that is that. This is voluntary. And I'm not getting necessarily that there's anybody else immediately involved with this, but we'll keep going and seeing. That's a really solid chakric foundation there. Major arcana cards are symbolic places you go through your life. The minor arcana are the things you encounter, inner and outer. And of course the court cards are the people, hence the nouns, a person, place, or thing. Let's ask the Ascended Masters through the Matt Kahn Healing Mantra deck. No bookie book this time. The last 2 decks get bookie books. I try not to overdo it with that. Although I have a lovely reading voice, they tell me. Right? Breathe. Don't take yourself too seriously either, Capricorn. Although you're not exactly prone to it, as I call upon the Ascended Masters. Now, the Ascended Masters are all about empowerment in one way, shape, or form, regardless of their specialty or function. So I call upon the Ascended Masters General Assembly. Please, what is the perfect healing mantra to assist the Capricorn Collective Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus sign, walking up that mountain as the hero archetype, slowly but surely winning that race, yet not really understanding it, but feeling it. Definitely a heart pull, maybe that creative intuition following their heart there, but the mind is just too cloudy, and it's supposed to be. Hence their need for the Hanged Man to just suspend themselves for a little bit, see it differently, take a break, let the divine will on the wait on the will of heaven, which is a really, really old thing I read in a tarot book when I was a teenager about the Hanged Man, how that just came back into my head for them. So what is their perfect healing mantra then to alchemize this lead to gold in the hero, this full to new? Invoking self-realization, each breath confirms how awake I already am. I am big on breath work. I mean rebirthing, cyclic breath, DMT breathing, Wim Hof. I do Wim Hof method every day, and I take those ice cold showers. Much easier in the summer, I'll say that. Wim Hof, WIMHOF, not a paid anything here. Just highly recommend it. I think that's why I look as young as I do, because I'm doing Wim Hof every day. Invoking self-realization, because just catch the wording. Each breath confirms how awake I already am. So if you're awake, if you're aware of each breath, you're here in the now and in the present moment. And the more you do that, not just as a meditation, breath work, like I said, is lovely. It's a healing, dynamic, rebirthing. Sandra Ray, Leonard Orr, all of that stuff is on YouTube now if you want to check it out. Certainly there's that space that you get into when you really surrender and you know that you don't know, and you witness the mind and you stay in the present moment and you focus on that breath, where you realize that the breath is breathing into your body. That breath is life, right? Well, if you ain't breathing, right? But there are those who say, and I agree from my own interdimensional experiences, that when we croak, we exhale in this life and we just inhale in the next life. Not necessarily the next physical incarnation, but, you know. I love that people call it paranormal. Look at anything more normal in the world, right? What happens after you kick off, cross that finish line, right? So each breath confirms how awake I already am. So really all the hero has to do while they're climbing that mountain, knowing that they don't know, feeling their way through, is stay alert, stay awake, Each breath confirms how awake I already am. And that would certainly, I would think, with major arcana cards here, be spiritually awake. You know, it's easy to have spiritual information. You can watch YouTubes all day long, 24/7, 365. But it's about how you walk it, how you incarnate it, right? Bring it into your body and into your experience. Well, certainly I would recommend some breath work. I always do. But in terms of spiritual awakening, to get that, every breath we're given everything we need for that breath. And as long as we keep breathing, consciously or unconsciously, we're still given everything we need. We just don't always see it, right? And that's the thing. I don't think the third eye, the mind, is necessarily getting that, hence the need to surrender. Not sacrifice the mind, but sacrifice a POV. Pigs are vampires. Thank you, Trixie and Katya. Point of view. Let's keep going. We've got our 2 healing systems on the table with Carolyn Mace and Matt Kahn. We got our 2 tarot decks on the table. Let's do our last 3 oracles. The Whispers of Love Oracle from Blue Angel Publishing. I call it the Party Turner deck because all of a sudden we're dealing with something we might not have been expecting, like the Spanish Inquisition. No one expects the Spanish Inquisition. Please take a nice deep breath. Here we go. As I call upon the higher selves of all involved, though I am not necessarily feeling anybody else involved with this except for the Capricorn Collective, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus. I'm watching this video, receiving this reading. I don't know why people would cross-watch these, but maybe they do, to see what their person's going through. So I will still say, for the higher selves of all involved, 5th dimension and above, 8th chakra and above, what is the message? The whisper of love, the piece of information, inspiration, insight most needed by the Capricorn, with this hero archetype in play, with the moon on the inner, hanged man on the outer. Invoking self-realization. I am here, I am awake with each breath, right? Self-realization, self-empowerment, realization, not just mentally, but to realize, to make something real, to invoke that this empowerment, this journey where they're taking them is a place of being awake. Buddha did not say, under the Bodhi tree, I am enlightened. He said, I am awake. He knew he was the dreamer of the dream. That was his hero's journey and his way. What's going on theirs, higher selves of all involved. This full moon, void of course to new in Virgo in September. Miracles and blessings. Miracles and blessings, everything has its gift. Now somebody just got this. Miracles and blessings. Scorpio got that yesterday when I was doing that reading. Just remembered that off the top of my head. I've got it all written down, but I don't always remember it. So, you know, I got any dealing with the Scorpio, whatever. But miracles and blessings, I mean, help me see this differently is actually the prayer for a miracle in A Course in Miracles. Course in Miracles is all about this to get this. It says actually that forgiveness is the miracle, though. It's a long book, but it's really worth it. The workbook I'm doing again, so it's really fresh in my mind. But a miracle is a shift in consciousness from two radically different thought systems, one based in fear and one based on love. And look what you got to do from go to fear to love to get the miracle. To forgive, you got to turn the other cheek. I didn't write it that way. It just is that way, right? See it differently. See it differently. There's a miracle and a blessing in this. And what could be more of an empowerment, right? To take the journey for a miraculous, blessed journey, which we're all on. But are we always what? Realizing it. Can we invoke that realization? Well, yes, I think we can. I think that's sort of the point of this read. The new deck, Divine Animals Oracle. That's a thick chunk of a bookie book. So much information in here for all of the different totems and animal spirits, which are not the same thing. Close but no cigar. There are lots of spirit animals within one totem. That was easy. Oh, I like that. Ooh, what a soundbite. That was great. So we're going to get you one of these. There's so much info in here that I wish I could read every single time. Just get it. It's really, really, really good. Please take a nice deep breath. Yeah, this takes a second. Not only because it's a new deck, and certainly not because I'm not working with totems and animal spirits on the regular, but to do it for a reading. It's a bit nonverbal. Still, I call to the totems and the animal spirits for the Capricorn Collective, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus sign watching this video, receiving this reading, please. What is the Divine Animal Oracle card from Stacey, Demarco? To most guide, help, support, help heal, help with the shadow work for the Capricorn Collective, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus sign watching this video, receiving this reading, dealing with the hero, heroine archetype in the 8th, the moon on the inner, hanged man on the outer, invoking self-realization, each breath confirming how awake they already are, and with miracles and blessings that may not be visibly seen with that moon card, right? It's like, move that cloud, right? And then, you know, they will see what they need to see. They got to feel their way through it. So what would be the perfect divine animal, totem, spirit animal companion for the hero on this journey, this full to new? The chameleon, karma or otherwise. Oh my God, desert leaven in your eyes, far away. The chameleon, change, right? I bet it is. Itty bitty teeny tiny writing. Yep, change. Chameleon. You know I'm going to have that song stuck in my... I love Boy George. Never met him. It's probably a good thing we would have ended up together, and that would have just been a... Oh, can you imagine? Can you imagine? Another quantum version of me that moved to England. I think I can. Card number 33, pardon the microscope magnifying glass. Feels like I need a microscope. It's not just that I'm going to be 53 years old in September. I know I don't look at things. And everybody's eyes get a little wibbly wobbly. I'm actually nearsighted, but this is incredibly teeny tiny print. So let me read you some of it. I'll tell you what the other categories are. Oh, and I did an unboxing of this deck if you want to check it out on the channel. Please breathe. Card number 33, chameleon. Change is the key word. Change is a natural part of life, so resistance is futile, says the book. Ride the energies of change and know where you are going, then fear will lessen. Right? So resistance is futile. Ride the energies of change and know where you are going, even though you may not, with that moon card. Then fear will lessen. It is not always wise to just blend in with everyone else. Flexibility in mind and body is advantageous. Do not take too long to make your decision. All right. Which totally makes sense here, right? So you may have no idea intellectually what to do. Right? The moon, heart, the third eye crown, but you're feeling it in the heart. You're feeling it in the emotional field. So you got to be flexible in your mind here to see things different. You're being called to change here. And remember that the chameleon, its ability to change its color is not just for camouflage. It's a real good sign of adaptation, but you don't want to fade into the background either. Unless you do. I'm good at that too, believe it or not. Learned that from Granny Weatherwax. Do you know who Granny Weatherwax is? Comment below. Tell me how you met her. Okay, so they give you the mythos, right? The mythology behind the chameleon. We're not going there right now. And they give you information about the animal, like in its habitat, what its habits in its habitat are, you know what I mean? What we're shooting for here is the magic. Chameleon magic is one of flexibility and coping with change. Call upon the magic of this creature when you wish to have successful change in challenging circumstances. It's not much of a hero's journey if it's not a challenge. Otherwise, it's called a cakewalk. What's that, the baker's journey? I don't know. When you wish to know everything you can about a situation prior to moving forward. Well, that might very well be what this is talking about, right? Your ability to change the way that you see things before moving forward in this. I mean, certainly it doesn't make sense to be climbing a mountain, right, in pitch darkness, knowing that you have to get to the top or to the next encampment, but not being able to see. Stop. Pause. I wouldn't necessarily literally turn yourself upside down on a mountain, but you know what I'm saying. See it differently, particularly if the moon, right? The moon obscures, the sun clarifies. Yeah, so, but there's a miracle here, and I don't think you could see the miracle here, and you might not until retrospect, but I think if you really invoke self-realization, each breath confirming how awake I already am, let me be awake to the miracles and what's really going on here, knowing that I cannot completely understand or see, at least mentally. I feel like your heart knows, though. Right, and this could be in any situation. This could be about a relationship, work. It's just not coming through that specific. This is more about you than the other person, place, or thing. Unless you're dealing with the hero, heroine, right? Last card down. What's our last deck down, Mark? The mystical Celtic blessing cards to enrich and empowered, called Blessed Be by who? Who? Lucy Cavendish. Oh, I hope you know we love you so. I love her work. I would love for her to have a Scottish robe, but that's a bit much to ask. It would be lovely, though. Lucy Cavendish. Yes, Lord and Lady Cavendish. A lovely name. I'm a bit of an Anglophile. I would love to hook up with a British guy. He has nice teeth. Let's go. I have the lion teeth. Actually, this gap in my teeth, I have it on the above and below, just like lions. I am the Archangel of Lions. It's like I look like one. Lyrian DNA forever. Breathe. As I call upon the pantheon of pantheons, all traditions, all cultures, all lineages, all from the celestial to the tribal, shamanic, the ceremonial, everything in between, please. What is the blessing you place upon the Capricorn collective Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, I'm watching this video, receiving this reading, so that they can alchemize this hero archetype into a passion for a journey of personal empowerment, that they may not see things so clearly, their heart is calling them forward, and they do need to surrender to just go with the flow, surrender their ideas about this. They're not seeing it clearly, and that's okay. Heroes are not supposed to every step of the way. And for them to invoke self-realization, their breath confirming how awake, how present, how willing they are in every breath, because miracles and blessings are here. Everything is a gift, not just the breath, but the opportunity, the journey, all of it. And with that energy of chameleon to make them shift and change and see things differently and maybe fade back to watch, but then also to really change their behavior, right? Maybe their physicality in some way, their location, to take their next steps forward. What's the blessing upon all of this, please, my beloved pantheons of the divine, for the caps, this full to new? A blessing to find the truth. That's why I get paid the big bucks, because I know the prayers are. It's the gods give me the cards. The divine gives me the cards. Oh, wow. Card number 25. I'm going to call this another one of them play school jigsaw puzzle reads where it's 7 pieces of puzzle and they're big and chunky and obvious, right? Card number 25. I'm going to give you this blessing for realsies. Oh, my blessing cords. Hold on. Because when I wear these, I am in circle. Drawing the circle. Please take a nice deep breath. Beautiful card, by the way. Looks a little Lucy Lawless. I might have said that before when I did the unboxing. Is that Lucy Lawless? I think it is. I think it might be. Oh, is that a white raven? Oh, that takes me back. Here we go. Breathe. Card number 25, a blessing to find the truth. A blessing to discover the truth in a situation so you can make choices with full awareness. Yeah. Here we go. A blessing on this time and on you, so that the truth can be told and thus pour down upon you its infinite, unique freedoms. May you be blessed with knowing the truth of your own soul, and let the transformative powers of truth bring you to the light, so that what once was obscured now begins to shine, and what was uncertain now becomes defined, sure, glimmering in its certainty. Literally on the table. Let the blessings of truth be your liberty now, will set you free. For with truth there is a growth of wings that lift you up and beyond the current burdens that have kept you grounded. Let the speaking of the truth bring you comfort. Let the open-hearted honesty of it cure any confusion. And let the conviction of your new knowledge bring you the rewards you are so dearly due. Self-empowerment, a big part of that. Let those who know you, who hear you, be healed by the contact with the purity of your words and yourself. Let no one be in any doubt as to the worth of your words and the quality of your character. A hero. A true hero. There is no need to be anything except your own blessed, perfect, honest, and open self. Revealed to you now is the truth of others, their motives laid bare, without adornment or manipulation. Let the lamp of truth shine into all that was dark and unknown, both within and without, and let the words you have longed to speak fall freely and without concern from your lips. Truth shall bless you, and you shall bless others when you show by example the glorious simplicity of living within the power of your own truth. Love the truth of your soul, and may the souls that share their truth be blessed forever. Blessed be. Darlings, this is about you realizing you are a hero. And maybe not the kind that rescues people, those are rescuers. And maybe not the ones who balance the scales of justice, those are avengers. Those are the archetypes, and I know the avengers, I'm well aware. Really, I'm more X-Men or Justice League Dark. But with this blessing of the truth upon you, of what is, like we said, what is a villain? A villain is someone who believes they're the hero, but there's something off with their truth there, right? It's tricky. It's tricky stuff. And a dishonorable hero is a villain. Right? And yes, we have anti-heroes, and I'm all down. I saw the new Suicide Squad. Harley Quinn is amazing. I mean, really, she deserves an Academy Award just for that javelin scene. I'm just going to say that. Unbelievable. Margot Robbie, I love her. I loved her before. Right? And her truths, well, Harley's, you know, Ms. Quinzel. Let me put this together for you. I mean, it's on the table. It's obvious. This is an easy read. I mean, maybe not easy for you to see or go through because you can't really see. But you're blessed with the truth, and it's a miracle and a blessing coming to you. Please take a nice deep breath. As I truly call upon my collective pantheons of the divine to please bless the Capricorn collective Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus signs watching this video, receiving this reading with all that they need to help them with the shadow work they need to do, with the uncertainty of it all within them. For this void of course full moon, which is to begin with, to the new moon in Virgo in September, that they may accept and embrace that they don't know. That the moon within them may have a very strong magnetic pull in a certain direction, but there may not be any way to see what lies beyond those clouds for them. So they can work with the chameleon magic to maybe blend in and watch until they know what to do, but to certainly roll with the changes. Okay, we can't change it, so let's adapt. Let's shift the way we move. Let's shift the way, if we move, let's shift the way we appear in this while they go through this hangman phase on the outer, really surrendering their will to a higher power, surrendering how they see things. You show me, right? Let the doors of perception be opened and their windows Windexed, because there is a miracle and blessing in play here from their own higher selves, really telling them this is all a miracle, this is all a blessing. A miracle is something that defies natural law. There's something they're not supposed to see, so that when they see it, it will give them the best possible experience reaching the top of that mountain of the journey of personal empowerment, that they find their passion for it, because they are blessed with a blessing to find the truth within themselves, to speak the truth, to see it in others, to hear it from others, as they invoke self-realization each step of the way to the best of their ability, each breath confirming how awake they already am, so that they can heal, grow, empower themselves, take the journey, do the shadow work necessary within themselves to clear the path before them, that they may walk fiercely and forwardly, wisely, and well for the well-being of all. So motivating. So it is. I mean, it's a shadow read, but every hero goes into the underworld in some way, shape, or form. Read Joseph Campbell, right? Look at Young, Forever Young, right? The hero archetype, and I'm so grateful for Carolyn Mace for really these cards, her work in Sacred Contracts, very much her work influenced my book Words of Grace, so if you want to check it out, please do. Link in the description box, $9.99 USD. Otherwise, you want to book me for a reading, you know how there's a reading down, there's a link down there on how to do that. But otherwise, seriously, wishing you the very best and the very blessed of your hero's journey up the mountain to get the truth that you are blessed to see with a miracle, self-realization, and you just gotta sacrifice your way of looking at things until you see clearly, and which of us does not, honestly. So thank you for watching, like, subscribe, and all that jazz. Hail, farewell, and blessed, blessed be.